We weren't. We were in sync, but we went with different tones.
Yeah, you went low and high. What's going on?
We must be tired. Yeah,
I am tired.
Yeah, we're pretty.
I mean, even though it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be, I'm still tired.
We're old. We're old.
Well, you're officially on the road to being old.
I am.
Because not only are we doing our podcast today, but on this day of your birth.
It's the birthday boy.
He's 30.
And I'm doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
For all 8 of you that listen.
But putting the absolute effort in, the man hours.
Yes, I am. So appreciate it. I think it's
still not champ though.
No, fuck off. I think there's only one death, which was I knew of him. I didn't really. It was a different era of Harley Race.
Yeah. Harley Race.
Known as the King. Everything I've heard about him, he was like. They said not only was he really respected, but he was meant to be like this some tough badass kind of thing. So yeah, this is the Harley Race. Crap that we do deaths, but if there is a death, we may as well dedicate it to someone. And yeah, just a shout out to Takeover. You were very good again.
Yeah,
weren't the best Takeover I've ever seen.
No, I've seen better takeovers. Yeah, but it was still great. And not. I mean, you and your brother didn't think too much of the main event.
No, I did. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was magical. I thought it was incredible.
I really enjoyed it. As I say, one of the greatest main event I've ever seen. The cage with the weapons was awesome to see. But yeah, I thought it was really good. My brother was a little bit like on the fence about it. But yeah, it was great. And say, I'm not like taking anything away from it, saying it's not the greatest takeover because when you raise the bar that high, it's hard to hit it all the time.
Yeah. But it's still definitely...
It's still quite a great standard.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's lower the standard and go to SummerSlam.
Yeah. Well, pre-show, because we watched it at yours instead of going to Birmingham this time.
Yeah.
Because we just couldn't work it out this time. And we only just walked in when the cruiserweight was already half done.
Yeah, it's pretty much ending.
Yeah, I think we just saw the pin. So yeah, Gulak's retained.
Yeah, again, only Lorcan.
I don't really know if there's anything to really say.
No, it was kind of a standard. I'd like to say standard cruiserweight match. It just seemed like a standard match. There was a few like strong style chops in there at one point near the end, and then slapping the shit out of each other, which is great because only Lorcan is quite a strong style wrestler. I think the problem is not many people watch 205 live, and they want them to, obviously.
I don't see it ever happen.
No, I don't.
I mean, even with this like rumours about like Daniel Bryan going to 205 live, which I don't think is going to happen. I think that's just hearsay and whatnot, but it still wouldn't convince me to watch it.
No,
I love Daniel Bryan, but it's not enough to make me watch it. I watch too much wrestling as it is.
Yeah, the only way it would work is if it was a way to transition 205 out and bring the cruiserweight title onto the main roster. It just... Like, when you think of cruiserweights, as a casual fan, you think high flying flips and stuff. As a hardcore fan, it's like, yes, it is that, but there's a lot of mat-based wrestling in it. But as kind of a hardcore fan, I'm still going to say, actually, I prefer the high flying kind of stuff. So when you get a cruiserweight match at a pay-per-view, when you don't watch 205, excuse me, and it's only high flying, you're kind of a little bit like,
cheapened.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more than just rolling about on the mat a little bit, but it was okay. Gulak retained. Then
it was Buddy Murphy versus Apollo Crews, wasn't it?
Clues or Crews?
Clues.
Yeah.
Please, I'm trying to
remember.
Trying to roll the R.
Yeah.
It didn't really work.
Okay, it was one of them where I got the point of it because during the match, like Eric Rowan came out and attacked Buddy for Buddy allegedly grassing him up.
Yeah.
Roman on SmackDown, which might be true. We don't know yet. They're still going through with that storyline. But it was one of those matches where I was like, you could have done this on Raw.
Oh yeah, I didn't care. It was just a standard TV match, wasn't it? It went a few minutes. Rowan got involved. Smacked him about a bit.
It would have made more sense if they were going to follow up at SummerSlam with like a Roman Reigns segment or something.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
Do you know what I mean? Spoiler alert! Now there was no Roman Reigns throughout the entire pay-per-view.
I don't think we've seen a promo backstage. We saw
a vignette, yeah, but that was it. And to be honest, I'm happy with that result because even though I thought there was going to be a Reigns match because it's Reigns and they don't want to leave him off the show, I'm actually kind of happy that they shocked me and went, no, we don't need him on the show, so we're not going to put him on the show. We're going to have this whodunit thing be as a slow burner, build it up, probably to the next pay-per-view or maybe the one after that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm happy they're taking the time with it rather than just going, we started this whodunit thing. What's next? SummerSlam. Oh yeah, we'll do it at SummerSlam. Yeah. They haven't. They go, no, you don't need to do it at SummerSlam. Let's take our time.
No offence to Apollo or Buddy, but there's never been... Looking at the match card for the pre-show, I don't think one fan was thinking, "Oh my god, Apollo Buddy, yeah, I got to tune in for that."
Which is a shame because they're both really good. They're good, and I really want Buddy to succeed now that he's on the main roster, but they've not made me care at the moment.
But it just the following match was the women's tag title, which was just a match. I mean,
again, nothing amazing happened.
Well, but you almost said Nikki Cross hardly did anything. To be honest, what Nikki Cross did is only two bits that stand out, which was her crossbody and her sleep hold.
I like to Lexus get up as Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
If that's all I can say about a match, you know how poor it was.
The Iconics, I think, were getting frustrated they couldn't put away, and that was it. It was very just a kind of textbook
TV match, wasn't it? Really, it wasn't really anything special.
But the pro with that, at least they're giving the women's tag titles some TV time because there was a while where we just forgot they existed.
But if you're going to give it TV time, start building it up properly and putting it on the main card. In my opinion.
But with Apollo Buddy, again, you could have had the whole Rowan thing where he attacked him on Raw or SmackDown to try and get more viewers. You could have had Sammy Alistair there, which I'd rather see him on the main card, but to take one of the show completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were,
and then put these two on. Yeah,
they were advertised for SummerSlam,
no.
And then they threw it on SmackDown. I was like, well, I would have tuned into pre-show just to see that match.
Yeah, definitely.
Or I think it had pretty much every, apart from the tag title, which had every bout on the line, apart from the Intercontinental Championship. Why couldn't you have Shinsuke Ali thrown in there? Considering the show went a little bit short as well, you probably had a time for another match on the main card. So, not everything goes to plan, but sometimes you just got to, plan accordingly. You know what time slots are here and there, and it seemed a little bit of a clusterfuck last night.
Well, I think this is just a speculation. Maybe due to the clusterfuck of it, after the shortness of the match and the other matches you could have put on but you didn't, blah blah blah. I reckon maybe it's because Heyman's now taken over on Raw and Bischoff on SmackDown, but Vince is still over everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to pay-per-views, I don't know how it works.
No.
So maybe they're all coming together in a bit, and this is the first time they've all come together since they're in charge of their separate pieces. And it's just been a little bit of a whirlwind, really, and they're just kind of not sure what to do with it. So they're trying to service all the storylines they're thinking of, all the while Vince is going, well, we need this, this, and this, and you just have to work around what I want to do. So maybe it was just a little bit teething problems, and maybe in the next pay-per-view it'll be a bit more cohesive.
I mean, in hindsight, so we'll get to what actually went down in a minute, but it might be one of those SummerSlams in hindsight, right, they need to do that because that whole pay-per-view was almost the official reset button. Because there's still rumours that they're going to do a proper draft very soon this time, where they are actually split.
Yeah, they're going to do it. The strongest rumour is that they're doing it just before the SmackDown goes on to Fox,
which makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Does make sense. But also, the thing I said to you last night, that there's 4 people rumored to be backstage before the show. Mm-hmm. One was Brett, and he had a small segment just wishing Seth good luck.
Yeah.
Sasha was one. We didn't see her, but it means at least she's still talking with WWE. Matt Riddle was another. Johnny Gargano was the other.
Gargano wasn't there, but Riddle was backstage.
What, at SummerSlam?
Yeah, apparently he had an altercation with Goldberg backstage.
Oh, I heard
they ran into each other. Got a little bit. I mean, he was out. From what I heard,
kayfabe or officially heated.
I'm not too sure.
Right.
Someone pitched it. I can't remember who it was, whether it was Wrestle Talk or What Culture. I really can't remember. But apparently, he was backstage and he saw Goldberg's dressing room with his name on it and everything. And when he was up at the door, he got shoulder barged and turned around, and it was Goldberg. And he was just like, bro, really shit and everything. And Goldberg was like, you and me have got some talking to do and shit like that. He goes, I'm happy to talk whatever you want to, bro. You know what I mean? And they just kind of teased something. Yeah. The fact that it wasn't televised and we're just hearing about it. Yeah, maybe. Backstage thing.
Maybe they were lying on that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, with this, you could tease that a long game for a while. You really could. They wait for a long time, and then Riddle finally gets called up, and the first person he goes gets his Goldberg.
This is sort of the magic of wrestling sometimes. When you genuinely hear stories where they go, "Oh, they in real life they don't get on," and then sorry, my phone's going off. Sorry,
I'm sure the bike will go by in a minute.
And then you suddenly hear they're going to be a work together. It's like, can they be professional? Is it going to be going okay, or are they going to kick the fuck out of each other? The end result is either way. I want to see what happens. So my brother seems to think they might do a Matt Riddle Goldberg angle. In my head, I'm like, they can't work together. They don't get on. Riddle is what he says about Goldberg is genuine. But on the flip side,
I do side with Riddle to a point.
Yeah, so do I.
He's not really Goldberg's not really a wrestler. He comes in, just puts spots and leaves.
Yeah, but really at the same time, like Zach says, it's the money match. Yeah. Of course, if it happens, of course, the problem is see what happens.
You back yourself into a corner there. Mm-hmm. You can't have Goldberg lose because you've pitched him as this guy that comes in, wreck shop, leaves. But you can't have Riddle lose because of how much it would damage him as a character by talking this massive game. Yeah, and then just getting absolutely annihilated. They're just like, well, we hold Riddle with a high standard, considering his background and everything, and what he's capable of doing.
Riddle might better himself, because if they approach him and say, "We want you to work with Bill," he might just go, "No, I've been very vocal on how I feel about him as a performer. I don't want to work with him."
Yeah, it's kind of like. He's not. It's kind of well. I don't like the way that he doesn't wrestle. And then you go and wrestle him.
Yeah, but then they can turn around and go. At the end of the day, you want a job. We do what we tell you to do. You'll get a big paycheck out of this, and you were the one who was on social media creating a buzz about it, so the fans want it. Mm. So why tease the fans into this thing of like, I hate Bill. Like, oh great, I hope you have a fight. Then say, but I want nothing to do with it. If you genuinely had that kind of beef. In this day and age with social media, keep it to yourself. Yeah. Or at least keep it to like a time where Goldberg's officially retired. And you know that.
Speaking of keeping it to yourself, maybe Seth, just no more tweeting.
Yeah, that's it. Because there was a few fans did. I could hear them turning against Seth.
There was a couple of boos there, but I think they were on side with him near the end. Yeah. But it's a pre-show.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah,
it was okay.
Main card.
So again, annoyed that I don't know if it was in a row. No, it wouldn't have been, because Becky headlined the last pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view before that, Becky went on first, and now she went on first again.
Yeah, I was a bit... The second that they announced that this was going on for first, I was like, right, well, Becky's winning then.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
You know what I mean? It's like that. You know the way they do things in pay-per-views now. They always want to start with a big, decent match to get you hyped. And how do you get someone hyped? You make sure that the face goes over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to declare who was face there, because Natalia is obviously in her home country, hometown.
It was quite blurring the lines a little bit, because we do see Becky as a face, but she's that kind of Austin face. She's kind of an anti-hero type character.
On the line. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I know why. If someone asked me, like, why how'd you have Becky on first? He'd probably go, it wasn't an insult. I wanted a strong opener. You're like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you rely on
it happens.
If you see Becky in that light of like she's big enough star to do a strong opening match, then it's sort of a compliment. Yeah. So I think it was the one only official stipulation match, because it kept forgetting it was a submission match.
Yeah.
It was actually okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It could have been better.
Yeah, it was a good way to start the show, thinking the momentum's going to keep going.
There were a couple of times I was like, oh shit, is Natalia going to do this, or is Becky going to do this? They tease it quite a lot, because they hit the submissions quite a few times.
Yeah, they stole each other's submissions.
Yeah, stole each other's submissions. But yeah, again, I like that.
She did a sharpshooter through the turnbuckle at one point.
Yeah, she did. And then there was, I think... Did she do the sharpshooter over the ropes as well, or something?
Yeah, I think it was when Becky was in the sharpshooter, because I thought this is it, and then Becky crawled to the ropes and almost out the ring where she's dangling off the ring.
Yeah.
But Natalia didn't break it for a long time, because this is the confusion of submission matches. Like, is there a rope break or isn't there a rope break? And if they're in the ropes and they still tap, does it still count because there's no DQ? I mean, you need to kind of establish the rules a little
Personally, I would have put a rope break in.
Yeah, if it's submission, it's like... Yeah, a rope break should count as... It's submissions only, so you're in the ropes, it's a break.
Yeah.
But other than that, no DQs, no count-outs, all that stuff. So I'm fine with them holding the submission on while they're still in the ropes, because they can't DQ them, but they need to establish if she taps out while she's still in the ropes, it don't count, because there's the rope break.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was okay, and
it wasn't the hottest opener I've ever seen, but it was enough to get me invested to continue the show, I suppose.
I don't really... I want to insult Natalia, but it's not an insult, it's just a little bit of a... Because it's going to seem like a dig. She's a very good wrestler. I'm not going to take that away. She is probably one of the best female wrestlers on the roster, but she's always lacked a wow factor.
Yeah.
There's no,
like... She's serviceable, absolutely, but to me, she's like a Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean? She's serviceable, she knows what she's doing, she's good at what she does. It's just, whenever she's put herself into a big feud, I'm just kind of like, well, I don't see you winning this at the end.
She's always the one to put the other person over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Exactly. Then, it's a very Dolph Ziggler type disease.
Yeah, and it's also unfortunate truth that if SummerSlam wasn't in Toronto, Becky probably would have gone against someone else. Night. But it was just purely for like, we're in Canada, SummerSlam, put her against Natty, give that hometown feel. So,
but yeah, Becky retains.
Then it was Goldberg Ziggler.
Yeah, this one I thought it would. I thought it'd be somewhere.
It wasn't
but I thought it'd go on in the middle. If I'm honest.
I liked it. I did, and it pretty much went exactly the way we thought, apart from the 2 super kicks at the start.
Yeah.
Because I think I joked about, like, what do you imagine, get just a couple of super kicks, that's it. Like,
oh, fuck!
Am I right? What's going on? Yeah.
He kicked out one, just fucking powered out.
But then again, he did it. It was almost the reverse of what happened with him and Lesnar at Survivor Series of, like, he's just going to hit the finishes and that'll be it. But Goldberg weren't having it.
That first spear. Fuck me. Ziggler just took it like an absolute champ. He turned him inside out twice. Yeah. It was
it's like he got hit by a jet.
It was so freaking brutal.
We knew this is as awesome as it was, because yes, I really enjoyed it. It was predictable, but predictable in the right way. Of like, this is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see. It was bound to happen anyway. Ziggler was never going to win. And the jackhammer was good as well, although I would have suggested maybe holding him up a bit longer. Because he's Ziggler, you can hold him up for quite a while.
Maybe, unless we're just Goldberg's that.
Maybe we're nitpicking, I don't know. You have to hammer, and then it was obviously good night, and Goldberg wins. And we generally think, well, that's the end then. It's like, that's exactly what we expect. Then Ziggler gets on the mic and just basically bashes him again. Is that all you got? It sounds like I've been hit by a baby. Comes back down, spears him again. Then he leaves and goes back behind the curtain. And then he gets the mic again and just berates him again. And then he comes back out. He picks him up like he's not going to do anything, doesn't he? And then he just like
super spear,
backs into the rope and then just spears him again, and that's it.
It was one of them where it wasn't there to bury Dolph. I don't think it was just Dolph knows what his place is.
I think this should be him gone for a while now. He doesn't have any other place on the card really. We knew he came back beforehand to put Kofi over and stuff like that, and put other people over. That was what he's there for. He knows that. So now, get rid of him for a while, bring him back another time. You don't need him at the moment. You can use that in a storyline that he was battered up so much by Bob Goldberg that he hasn't been able to wrestle for a few months.
Again, easier in hindsight, but live, I kept thinking maybe someone else is going to get involved here. Because at the end of the segment where it just ended up being 3 spears, it's like, right, you took a lot of time off the other matches here. But in hindsight, it's like, well, you still finished early, so you're probably going to drag it out. We've got loads of time to kill. But I think what they did with Goldberg is pretty obvious to me that it's like it was to try and make up for the shit performance at the Crown Jewel. Yeah,
which is the same thing what happened with Taker previously.
Extreme Rules.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I get that.
And also, I agree with Riddle and other people in a way of like Goldberg was never a fantastic wrestler.
No, but he's a spot man.
Yeah, but it's the whole point of pro wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, is to suspend your disbelief in certain characters. So we know Taker isn't a dead man, but we like to believe, like in this storyline, he's come back from the dead. So with Goldberg, when he comes out and just destroys people, it is a kind of like, not like, oh my god, a Goldberg match. It's going to be a wrestling clinic. It's going to be someone's getting destroyed.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what you want to tune in for when it's a Goldberg match.
And it's stuff like that makes me go, this is what they need to do with Lesnar again.
Yeah.
Take him away from the title picture now. I don't need him anywhere near it. I've been saying this for freaking years. But just do the Goldberg thing with Lesnar. As soon as you have him gone for months, and then as soon as you hear that guitar string hit on his theme music, you're like, right, someone's getting murdered.
Yeah, that's it. It's maybe Goldberg might have gone backstage and gone, because apparently he did sign a contract around the Crown Jewel time for a collection of matches, but I don't know what's happened since that whole fuck up at Crown Jewel. I think he might have gone backstage and gone, I want to leave it at that. It wasn't like the greatest match I've ever had, but I want to leave it on a high note that, I just dominated, I've gone, that's it. He might want to retire from now on. We don't know, but
I still think he's got one more.
Yeah, he probably will. But, you never know in wrestling. That's the joy of it.
True.
Someone could come out of retirement, someone could go, actually, I've got one more in. Like the Trish Stratus match, we'll get to later.
Yeah.
So
what was next?
Let me
was it the Trish one next?
The what?
Was it Trish and Stratus?
No. It was AJ...
AJ Ricochet for the United States title.
Which...
Ricochet came out as Nightwing.
Yes.
Which I quite liked.
Yeah, it was a cool thing, and actually AJ came up with the club.
Yeah, well, it's called the OC now, isn't it?
Yeah, the OC.
The original club, I think. Is that what they are? Yeah.
Yeah. I did like the match. The spots I really enjoyed where he literally kind of step-stoned over the club.
Yeah.
To was it Hurricane?
Yeah.
Which is
that
excellent.
Was cool. Yeah, I like that.
There was another spot. Oh, went right at the end. I can't remember what Ricochet went for. It was some kind of flip thing off the top.
Oh yeah, Ricochet went. Oh god, what was he going to do? But anyway, he went in and he got caught in the clash.
Yeah, straight into the.
And it was so smooth.
It was so smooth.
It was so smooth.
This is when you get two world class wrestlers do that. That's the kind of wrestling matches, clinics we want to see.
I wouldn't say that I still think the best of them is yet to come. Yeah. I think you could probably get another match out of these guys, and you could really fucking go to town with it on the last match. This wasn't their best one because there was only 2 or 3 spots that we can really remember. Everything else just kind of was as standard, really. Yeah,
they still celebrate, they still do a great match, but apart from the spots we just spoke about, it didn't seem much different to their previous match.
Yeah, exactly. I think they can give one more.
Yeah, and the problem is as well, they didn't really develop a story because it seemed to be more developing like, look, AJ's got the gold and he's the club, and they had a little thing with Finn backstage.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a whole kind of like Ricochet's pissed off, he wants his belt back and it's personal beef. It's just kind of like, oh, and Ricochet gets a rematch or something. That was the storyline.
Yeah.
It's like he gets his rematch. So there was no like...
I mean, he earned his rematch, technically.
Yeah, but there was no like personal character beef. There was a couple like backstage segments where they slapped each other, but when you want a good storyline, there's got to be either something every week or it's got to go over a certain amount of weeks for it to be like, right, this is now personal, I'm invested in this story. So it wasn't a story match, it's a championship match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't invested in the story. I was just interested in seeing these two go at it.
But it was probably one of the matches of the night.
Yeah, it was a decent match, and AJ retaining, I think, probably the right decision because they're building this club stable at the moment, and I'm all for that. There's also rumours that when Finn comes back, that it can potentially go to a full-on 4-piece stable.
Yeah, I mean, it would surprise me with the fact that the New Day over on the other show have got a lot of gold at the minute. That they're going to build up something there. Of like the club got all the gold.
Maybe Survivor Series, Team New Day versus Team.
Possibly. The following match was the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley and
Moon. Boring.
Yeah, it just never really got off to the races.
Because I really wanted to get behind this because I'm a massive fan. I've said a few times of Ember Moon. I think she's great. I love her finisher. The Eclipse is a great finisher. And I was happy when she got a title shot. I was like, do this. Yes, that's fine. I think if there's anybody here that can have the title be dropped to someone else to give them a chance, it's this one.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt Bayley. It's going to do so much for Ember Moon. You can give some nice fresh matchups with her and the title.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't. The match never really got going.
So sorry.
What was that?
Is my phone ringing?
The match never really got going. I can't really recall any major spots, to be perfectly honest, and they went safe with it and had Bayley retained. So
the problem is, not Ember Moon as much, but with Bayley, she's kind of become a kind of your not exactly Natalia, but a very like you're just kind of there.
I feel like at the moment she's holding that for someone else.
Yeah, but this is it. I think. I would have loved to have seen Ember win the other night. Yeah, I think it would have been a great move. But if Bayley had lost it, unless she went heel and tried a heel thing, which I don't know if she's capable of, we'll see if it ever happens. It's like, well, what do you do with Bayley now? I think her having the championship is the only thing keeping her quite relevant at the minute.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But also, the biggest spot of the match was the end because with the Bayley off the second rope. Ember did sell it like a mother.
Yeah, she
went flying down.
Yeah.
And at that point, everyone knew that was it. I mean,
to be honest, I with the rumours of Sasha being backstage and the fact that she's been talking to WWE since her tantrum, I thought this was the right time to bring her back. I thought if you're going to give it to Ember Moon, have Sasha come back down like she's going to help Bayley, and then cost her the match, turn her heel, because Sasha is an amazing heel. And then Ember can move on to other people with the championship, and then that keeps Bayley relevant, because I'm definitely invested in Bayley versus Sasha, and the title doesn't need to be involved.
Yeah, the problem is they need to do a lot more. I don't know how, but they need to try and reconnect the audience with Bayley. Because at the minute it's like, oh yeah, Bayley's... the audience got like, we like Bayley, but we're just not really that interested in her right now.
I think we're getting to that point again where they're starting to go a little bit more edgy with things.
Yeah.
A real good, go-lucky person that's a hugger and everything, and, you know, I mean, a sweet little innocent person that she's portrayed as isn't really working at the moment.
They need to kind of go... Because I think a while back they touched on, like, Bayley doesn't have a vicious side. And she's shown a little bit of element of it, but
there's
not
a bit of aggression, yeah, but it wasn't much.
I don't know if that was on purpose thing, or if Bayley genuinely doesn't have that aggressive side either. She might just say to people backstage, like, I'm not an aggressive person, I just like to compete.
But that's a storyline you can build with Sasha.
Yes.
Sasha can force it out of her. I can't see someone like Ember being the one to force it out of her, because I'm not invested in her. I'm invested in her and Sasha because they're their genuine friendship, they're two of the four horsewomen. Sasha, as an amazing heel, could be the sadistic bitch that forces Bayley's hand to go, if you're going to want to beat me, you're going to have to get mad, you have to get angry, because if you don't, I'm going to fucking destroy you.
Yeah, but Sasha's the one, if anything, instead of Bayley really doing anything, Sasha can get Bayley over through the sympathy vote, because I think that's... Bayley, despite being a champion and stuff, I think Bayley needs to really embrace that her character should always, as a face anyway, should always be... I'll always be the underdog. You need to have that, like, the crowd rooting for her, even though they know she's a great wrestler, but she's not the most badass chick. But, you know, the whole... You know, you're just a genuinely nice person that wants to wrestle and be great at what you do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as far as the storyline for Bayley and Ember go, it was a very, like, we're friends. Do you want a title match? Yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
That was it.
I think
there was no more density to that.
Exactly. I feel like because of that, it's definitely going to be a one and done.
Yeah,
I don't see it continuing.
Yeah, unless the way they could work is like she hasn't a title shot, but it's in like a triple threat of like forward capacity or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Next was Kevin versus Shane, and if Kevin loses, he quits.
Yes.
This was the one that woke the crowd back.
Yeah, I enjoyed this
because
it wasn't. I'm not saying I could have got a bit more.
Yeah, I would have done a bit more.
But I was still happy. I was still invested. They're doing one of the things they're doing so right at the moment is everything with Kevin. He's a super face and he's working really well as a super face. Introducing the stunner back into his arsenal is definitely what you should be doing because it gives that Austin feel. I think everything they've done with this is very Austin versus McMahon type thing, which again makes sense with Shane and Kevin. Everything I liked everything about it. It did everything it needed to do, and Kevin is nice and strong and goes over, and now we think Shane potentially go back to a backstage thing because we don't really need him around at the moment.
Yeah.
It did everything it needed to do.
I think I did enjoy it. I'm not going to say anything. There was a couple of bits where I was looking at it like, I really hope Vince isn't looked at it and going like, wow, Kevin only got that pop because it's Canada. True, that would have helped, but also in any other city in the world, if you'd done SummerSlam, he would have got a huge pop because everyone loves Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel like Shane got his proper comeuppance. So, and I think they...
Yeah, which is why I said it probably could have gone for a few more minutes and he really gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, I think they needed to also suspend the belief of... unfortunately, I did think Shane might win, but by the atmosphere in the arena through the match, I don't think anyone truly believed that Kevin might lose here. They have the whole Elias being the special enforcer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the little bit of extra flavour they added into that because it stacks the odds against Owens and again it gets him more over because of it. Yeah,
I mean, they could have had... for some reason, he forgot about the count-out twice within, like, 60 seconds. It was like, oh, yeah, right, I'm just standing here arguing with Elias. There's just so much more they could have done with it. They could have had, like, Kevin and Shane... Elias could have got a lot more involved with the whole leg pulling and maybe... a blow around their head here, to the point that Shane was in control for most of the match. And every time Kevin tries to get momentum, Elias does something until eventually, I think the ref did get knocked down, but he got knocked down with Elias.
Yeah.
He could have had the ref knocked down, so Elias has to slide in to be the acting ref. Kevin hit, stunner, pop-up powerbomb, whatever. and Elias does a whole 1-2. Oh, I've got something in my eye crap. Kevin snaps and takes out Elias because he's fishing up the ref. He got the other ref. The chair stuff was good.
Yeah.
Like trying to lure Kevin in to get himself disqualified. You could have had Drew come out and go, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. Like, Drew's getting involved, so Kevin's going to lose because of this thing.
Yeah.
Kevin does a sidestep, so like Drew goes through the barricade or something, and then with all Elias and Drew eliminated, instead of just Kevin like stunner goodnight, he could have proper destroyed Shane in the whole people have been wanting to see this since Shane turned heel in February.
I'd have gone something like once they're all down, the final minutes would have been something like the ref slowly getting himself back up and back into the ring.
Yeah.
Owens knocks him over the announcer's table and pushes the announce table on top of him like he did to Owens. And then Owens is standing there thinking about, is it going to be a count out? He's going to stand there. And at the last minute, Owens changes his mind. He drags him out from underneath the thing, throws him into the ring, puts him into the corner, coast to coast him. And then as soon as he's done that, rolls him back up. So as he comes up, kick, stunner, good night. That would have been a massive damage in Shane, because not only are you hitting him with the announcer's desk like he did, you're also hitting him with his own move, and then you finishing off with a stunner. That's just a nice big fuck you to Shane.
It could have been like a karma thing. I mean, no offense to Elias, but I could see maybe Elias being taken out easier than Drew if Drew had got involved. You could have had Drew handcuffed to the rope or something, so it's like they got the pop of Drew can't do anything. Kevin's just not flipping him off, but doing the whole, Drew, what are we going to do? Yeah, I think Kevin would be capable of coast to coast.
I think he could.
He could have done the whole. It would be the one time you want to actually see him do the pop-up powerbomb on the apron to someone, because Shane deserves it.
Yeah.
And Shane does that elbow from the top rope through a commentator table. They had 3 commentator tables out there. Kevin could have done a frog splash from the top rope. It depends how much bump Kevin wants to take, because he does take a lot of bumps.
Yeah.
But I am fine with the victory of finally someone shut Shane up.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it could have been a little bit better.
We just wanted a bit more of a flurry in the finish.
Yeah, and I also think if Shane had won, and not just giving that shock factor of Kevin's gone, you'd have a whole thing of fans going, what now? I want to tune into Raw and SmackDown and see what's going to happen. And then you could have created a completely different storyline of Kevin still turning up to these shows, invading the arena,
really often the shit out of it.
Yeah, until Shane goes
The only thing there is that you always got to be very careful with that kind of stuff, because you don't want to get ripped
You don't
off.
want to repeat history, no.
Yeah, you want to do it properly.
But that's what I did think. Maybe Kevin could attack Shane's car, but that is very Austin. Kevin could have turned up to Shane's office, or actually gone to his house and just kind of gone, oh, you're not in? Maybe you just can't hear me, and then take an axe to his doors to the point that Shane goes, all right, you still got my attention, you want your drop back, you can, but you've got to earn it in this way. And if you lose this time, none of this stuff, you just gone. You do leave me alone, you're out. But they seem to have just gone the quick and easy route the quick and easy route of Shane got his comeuppance because he got a stunner.
Yeah.
But I think the fans probably wanted more than just a stunner. They wanted Shane to properly get his ass whipped.
Yeah.
But I'm still okay with it.
So happy with the result.
Yeah, it was alright. Then it was Charlotte Trish.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It was alright, yeah. I'm not saying it was the best ever, but it was serviceable.
Yeah, I
I wasn't overly invested in it, because it was thrown together quite quickly, and no one ever truly believed that Trish was going to win this. It's the final of a match. She announced that it would be her retirement match. You need to keep Charlotte strong when she's not in the title picture. So how do you do that? You have her be a legend that is having her final match. It all just cohesively falls together that Charlotte is clearly going over.
Yeah, the whole purpose of that match was, number one, it's for the fans at the arena, they're seeing a hometown girl, and for everyone at home, so you're seeing a legend come back for one more match.
Yeah.
But they need to stop relying on the legend so much, because Trish didn't do a bad job at all.
The only bad job I think she did do is her promo work beforehand backstage. I was just you know how to do promos, right?
Yeah, maybe you just
seemed a little bit.
You might get
stock.
you might get a bit rusty over age. I don't know, but there was a few like sloppy moments in the match, but not too sloppy. It was
they recovered whatever it was quite quickly.
Yeah, or if they didn't recover, they made it look like something else real quick. So yeah, because I think at one point Trish did say to Charlotte, "Shake it off." Now it could have been a character thing, or it could have been she could have seen Charlotte's face and kind of we fucked up that, and Trish could shake it off, carry on, because Trish has always been a professional, as is Charlotte. Trish didn't do too bad. I think her age definitely showed, not in like physical, like facial stuff, just in she's a lot slower than she used to be, but that's to be expected. And the Stratisfaction when she jumps off the top rope, the bulldog thing.
Yeah,
that was a very obvious Charlotte like. And I'm just going to cradle you over to the top of the thing.
Carried her over. Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, I don't want to like shit on it too much because it kind of went the way I thought it was going to go.
We all knew what.
Not just by result, but just with the standard of it. So I'm not saying like it's not what you thought the standard was going to be shit. It's not that. It wasn't shit, but it wasn't great.
The standard was standard.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a basic match of what we'd expect with someone of Charlotte's skill and someone of Trish's skill, but also her age. Mm-hmm. It was exactly the way I think everyone thought it was going to go down. Yeah. So Charlotte won, and it was the right decision. And I think as of now, Trish is now properly retired. That was the last ever match.
Yeah.
Then it was Then it was the WWE Championship.
Yeah. Now I only remember fragments of this because I was drifting off.
Yeah, and not just because of how late it was.
Yeah, it was late. I was a bit tired, but beforehand I felt fine. But I think it was this match. It wasn't like it didn't get going, because it did. It had stuff going on. It's just, I don't know.
This was the opposite of what I've been saying the whole thing, where some things they were good but it didn't have the storyline. It had the storyline, but it just didn't click with what they were doing in the ring.
There was something going on. There was something missing. There was an X Factor. There was a coup de grace of some sort that just wasn't there. And then it just definitely 100% ruined it with the ending as well.
I can define it in 3 words. Stupid. Because I just don't get when the bookers were backstage going, that sounds great. Why? How does that sound fucking great?
Who signed off on it?
Probably this, yeah.
Because the count out was ridiculous. I don't see what you.
I didn't even hear the count out.
Yeah, it was so quick because it was like Kofi was on the floor and Orton was picking him up in front of his family. And then Kofi got pissed off with that, even though technically Orton never said anything to his family, he didn't do anything to his family. He just picked them up and glanced at them, and then Kofi went absolutely nuts, and before you know it, the bell rang. I was like, what? I didn't even hear it. That count has been the quickest count over history. And then he just absolutely annihilated Orton, which is a bit out of his character, I would say. I understand he was like, being aggressive and pissed off because he was potentially doing his family, but he didn't really do much. I just felt like it was a little bit out of Kofi's character to just get really pissed off. It didn't seem right to me.
I know.
And no one benefited from this.
Yeah, no.
Kofi didn't benefit from this, and Orton definitely didn't benefit from this at all.
I know Orton's style is meant to be methodical. Yeah. No one's ever going to take that away. But you think with Kofi's kind of dynamic style, a little bit high flying and whatnot, they'd have to kind of bounce off each other to different styles in a way. But this match kind of proved the 2 doubts I've had about these characters for the last 12 months of Kofi feels like a mid-carder in the title match. This match kind of proved my point for Kofi. And the return of Blandy Orton. Because his promo work building up to this is like, we're getting old Randy back, or at least a different Randy, and his performance in the ring was like, no, he's still Blandy Orton.
Yeah. But being as they said it was PG-14 for this pay-per-view, I thought you could punt the shit out of him. Why not?
Be real
sadistic. No, you just got standard.
My brother even said, like, what happened to the vicious Orton that was like putting screwdrivers through Jeff's ear?
Like seething, like spitting and shit.
Yeah. But it's like, and also always thought it was going to build it to one of them hitting their move and then yelling the whole stupid thing. That was the whole point of this.
I mean, he hit the RKO, and it was a good RKO.
The problem with that...
He didn't cover it, though. No, he was laughing sadistically, I suppose.
I've got this,
I've got this. It's like, and you can see it in his eyes, just thinking, you were stupid to do that then, because I've got you now. And then he rolled out of the ring. He's like, you're
the one that's stupid.
You're the one that's stupid because you didn't capitalise on your RKO. You just sat there laughing. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe they might touch on the whole, it was your overconfidence that took you down.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
It's like, when you do the RKO, when you're lying there laughing your ass off like, I got this, to give Kofi enough time to not just recover but roll out the ring, stupid. But it would have made more sense if, like, Kofi had got on the offensive to, like, a 60-second bit of just move after move to Orton, so he is actually, like stunned, and like, what the hell's happening, to a point like Kofi just needs one more move, he's got this, RKO, and that would prove that, like, Orton's too stunned to do anything, because he literally just got the RKO to kind of go, okay, now, give me a minute to regret myself, because I'm fucked right now. But no, and then the whole... So yeah, everything in between was just kind of like, you're back and forth, no big spots. It was just a standard, mediocre wrestling match at best. Did the rollout...
And bum ending.
Well, the rollout... Yeah, the count out was 1, 2, 3, 10. Didn't even hear the ref going for it. The thing was, one of Kofi's kids, his son, was like leaning over the barrier, yelling stuff at Randy. Now, obviously... Yeah. It was. I don't know if the kids' part was part of the storyline, but it was part of the storyline for Orton to acknowledge Kofi's family. But the fact that Orton if a kid is screaming at you, in story or not, you're going to look up to be like, what's he saying? And for Kofi to kind of go, it's almost, if he could be looking at his wife, which would have made more sense of Kofi going, you're looking at my woman. Instead of like, it would have been a lot different if Orton had picked Kofi up, maybe put like Kofi's face to his family.
And then point to him just going stupid, stupid, staring in his son's eyes,
or actually say something to his kid.
Better.
It's to actually like look at the kid and go, your dad's nothing and you're going to be nothing as well, would give more incentive for Kofi to snap, and it would have made more sense for Orton to get the DQ victory because Kofi snapped instead of a shitty double count out.
Yeah.
Because you still would have got the same result if Kofi... Well, not the same result as such. Orton would have still technically won, but you still would have had Kofi as champion. You would have got Kofi's aggressive side over. It would have developed the storyline a little bit better than just, they had a crap match and they both got counted out. Because that's what it will say in the history books. Standard match, rolled out the ring, 10 count, job done. Why?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why? And...
So, that's to sum up... Stupid.
Yeah, that was the most frustrating match of the night for me. And the fans, Toronto, who usually are nice people, were chanting bullshit. And I was thinking the same thing. So I really don't get the logic behind it at all. Okay, now on something good. The Fiend versus Finn.
Oh, now everything about this
was cool.
Was amazing.
It was just so cool.
Was so cool. I'm nitpicking here. The only thing I would say is I would have gone for a couple of minutes extra. Just that, I was really getting invested, and then suddenly it was over. I was like, a couple of minutes more, I could have just enough. But the way they executed this character called the Fiend, the repackaging of Bray Wyatt, every single box was ticked to perfection.
Yeah.
The new music, the new entrance, the severed head lantern, the fact that the music was remixed as well, the way he came into the ring, the dominance that he had. Finn barely got an offense in. He got a little bit of an offense with a sling blade and a drop kick into the turnbuckle, but that's all he got. The mandible claw submission pin finish. Everything about it was incredible. It was sadistic. Even the ending where it just goes black and then suddenly he's at the top of the ramp with the eerie sound and then he's gone. Everything about it from start to finish just worked beautifully for the character of Finn, for Bray Wyatt. And it solidifies to me they do have investment in this character, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what they do with it next. I can't knock anything in this.
Yeah, the biggest thing people were looking forward to was how he'd be introduced to, like, instead of just being on the Titantron. Mm-hmm. Here he is live. Yeah,
because we didn't know what his intro music was. We didn't know how he was going to get himself to the ring. None of it.
The whole... Because I like the fact they still kept the whole the slow shutdown of the power.
Yeah.
But it said let him in on the thing. And then even when this text come up with the name, it said let him in first, and they kind of jumbled back into the Fiend. Mm. He just looked cool. The fact that he had almost the old Bray Wyatt severed head as the lamp, his eyes stitched up.
That was creepy, but fuck,
his hair was awesome.
It was so awesome. I reckon that's what the PG-13 was for. Because there was nothing else in the entire pay-per-view.
I was going to get to that. I was like, TV-14 thinking, it's going to be violent. It's
going to be blood or swearing.
Need a TV-14 rating. If
that was for the lantern, then that was a waste. It's creepy, but not to a PG-14 point.
PG stands for parental guidance. So the parental guidance could be like, if you're not comfortable with your kid seeing a fake severed head as a lantern, that's what the parental guidance thing is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think kids would have just been like, oh, cool, it's a head. Not, oh my god, he chopped off his own head. Obviously he hasn't. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I suppose the little nitpicks, like very little nitpicks.
I think we are nitpicks. We put clutching at straws.
Maybe Finn. I know I obviously didn't want to bury Finn, but I think Finn should have got maybe a little less offense in because didn't make Bray look weak, but I wanted to be pure dominance.
See, for me, I didn't mind the offense he gave him because the amount that he gave him was enough for me.
It was
a sling blade and a drop kick into the corner. That wasn't enough for me. He tried the coup de grace and failed, and then got taken out subsequently after that. It was enough for me to be going right. We didn't completely bury Finn there.
If Finn was staying, I probably would agree. But the fact that he's going away for 2 months,
3
months,
yeah, 3.
I would have rather it been like. Yeah, he got that fucked up at Bray, purely dominated that he needs to go away because he's either hurt or his confidence is down.
You can transition this into him eventually joining the club as well, because when he comes back, you can have him lose to Bray again.
As the Demon.
And then he goes, I don't know what I can do, and he's like, I need backup, and then he can turn him heel and put him with the club.
Yeah, I think when Finn returns, I think Bray needs to go on like a few months streak of just terrorising everybody.
Like, put him against a new person each pay-per-view.
And terrifying them.
Yeah. To the point where people are just generally like, I don't want a match with him.
Yeah, it's not an opponent, it's a victim.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't want a match with him. He terrifies me.
But when Finn comes back as the Demon, I want just to keep Finn strong still, the Demon can't show any fear. He needs to be like, I'm Demon Finn, I'm back, I'm going to do what I should have done at SummerSlam. But have a close match, but Finn still lose. And then you see even his heartbreak as the Demon of like, I can't do it even as a Demon. That's the time when you join the club because he's like, I need help.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would have done, say a little nitpick, is like when they had the strobe light thing at the top of the ramp and then it went off and Bray was gone. When the lights came back up, I'd rather Finn had been gone.
Yeah, Finn had been gone. Yeah, because he was there kind of recouping a little bit, and I thought, well, I didn't want that. Either
you could have had the mystery of what happened to Finn.
Yeah, either Finn is completely gone, like you said, or if he is in the ring, he ain't moving. Yeah, but like, he's flat on the ground. He's not recouping. He's just out.
Yeah, you could have had him out cold, and the medics around him are like, "Oh my god, is Finn okay?" We don't know. He goes away for a few months. Or you could have had the big question mark of when the lights came up and he weren't there at all. It's like, did Finn leave at his own accord and just run away? Did someone else take him, or what did Bray do to him? It could have added a different dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they say nitpicking. Everything else about this I loved.
Yeah, even down to the characterisation of Bray during the match, where he was unsure about whether he was going to take the mask off at the start, and he didn't.
He was
conflicted with and then he looked at his hands with the pain and fear things on what do I do next, and it's just like,
was it heel and hate?
Yeah, or something like that. But his movements, his mannerisms, everything about it was just like, there is a split personality here. There is Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, and that he executed that perfectly.
Yeah, I know at the first match live, the commentators aren't going to know anything about that. I think it would take a lot of the commentators to put that part of his character over, of like, so instead of, because for a casual viewer, it's like, why is he spazzing out? He's just spazzing out all over the ring. The commentators need to go, Bray once again at conflict with his own character and schizophrenia. Because I don't know if it will ever happen, but I'm thinking, what if one point the other character takes over and suddenly becomes the nice guy? Because me and Zach were even discussing, like, on normal episodes of Raw and SmackDown, will we see Firefly Funhouse Bray wrestling, like just smiling in the sweater and stuff?
I don't want to.
We just want to keep him for the promos.
I think keep him for the promos, and then basically any time he's in the ring, it's the Fiend. It keeps that split personality nice and simple. And that's what you need to do. You don't want to overcomplicate it and everything and be a bit of a clusterfuck. If it's a split personality, that's how it needs to stay. You've got Bray doing the promos, but you've got the Fiend doing the work.
I'm fine with that, but maybe there was another dynamic of, like, if you know you're going to see the Fiend, and it's, similar to what we said with the Demon, like, seeing the Demon should be a treat. Maybe seeing the Fiend just on pay-per-view, it's like, it's another reason to tune in about the pay-per-view. I'm fine with either way it goes. I just hope they don't fuck this up. It needs to be booked.
There's so much potential in this, but what they've done so far was fucking magical. Yeah, it was amazing.
Then in the main event,
yes.
So
Seth
no
versus
Roman.
Brock. No Roman. No. Which is weird. What if we did make a laugh about it? It's like, what if at the end, like Roman comes out for a title shot, just like Hogan did once upon a time?
Right, that'd be awful.
Didn't happen. Seth versus Brock Universal Championship, and it was good.
Would you call this match of the night? Because I think I would.
Yeah.
And it's great to actually say that about a main event.
Yeah, I think it was a good match. Seth did perfect of selling the injuries, but overcoming stuff. Lesnar was really good at being dominant, but also selling it so well. Because when Lesnar wants to put the effort in, he can make a match like this. He can really sell and really put someone over without making himself look bad. And this is exactly what he did. There was plenty of spots, there was plenty of moments, there was... Even when he was swinging him around while it was like a rib thing, that was amazing. The amount of times he tries to catch him in the F5 or a suplex, and Rollins gets out of it for a curve stomp. It was just all those constant nearly getting him and all that kind of stuff. Throwing him into the turnbuckle, Lesnar into the turnbuckle a few times, that kind of stuff. There was spots on the outs table as well.
Yeah, there was a bit. I think at one point Brock caught Seth and ran into the ring post, but usually they keep their hands clasped around the back, so
pushing the blow.
Yeah, Brock took his hands away for a second. I don't know if he was being a dick or what happened, but Seth's back went bang straight into the ring post. It was one of those rare times where
one thing I really liked as well was whenever Lesnar was getting the upper hand,
Heyman
just sitting there with his head in his hands, just smiling like a little schoolgirl,
like he fell in love.
It's like this is what I like.
This is what my beast.
Yeah, this is my boy.
Usually with a Brock Lesnar match, he walks in and you go, he's here for the paycheck. Suplex F5, good night.
Most of the times that is
this
the case.
Is I think the one time where Brock said, "I'm here for work," and I think it's one of his longest matches to date, which wasn't a crush match, and he did some different things. Like usually it's just German suplexes and F5s and stuff, and maybe having now and then the Kamara lock. But he threw in a bear hug, he threw in a regular suplex here and there. He did all right with putting Seth over, because there was a frog splash with the contact table?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he did another one in the ring just not long after as well.
Yeah. I know he put the Brock away with 3 curb stomps at WrestleMania, and I think he did 3 again. But I think I would have just a little bit more offense to Brock would maybe buy the victory a bit more, because I think when Brock didn't kick out, so Seth wins. I'll be honest, I thought they were just going to go with the obvious result after Lesnar win, but no, they went for Seth, and I'm glad they did. When Brock didn't kick out, it was like awesome, but I've seen Brock take more punishment than that before. So it's like,
But I like the fact that he was changing up his moveset and putting a few extra bits in, because it kind of shows the desperation of him going, right, I've got to try and do some different things to catch Seth off guard, because he knows me well enough to get out of things. As it showed at the start of the match, where he was doing his German suplex and he was landing on his feet and hitting him with a kick and a stomp. So I think the story was told really, really well.
Yeah,
and I think no one really came out of that looking bad, personally.
No, so the only bad thing about this whole storyline was it's just once again made the whole Money in the Bank thing pointless.
That's the only kind of bitter aftertaste of it, because they in a slight way they backed themselves into a corner a little bit with this. They came out with it all right, but there was still a bitter aftertaste. If you had Lesnar win, it's like, right, well, the championship's gone for the next few months until the Rumble comes or some shit like that, which annoys you, and it's like, well, Seth hasn't got anything going on, what the fuck are they going to do? And you just hate that. Or you've done what they've done, which is the better option, but then, like you say, it makes the Money in the Briefcase.
Money in the Briefcase.
Money in the Briefcase. I've said that a lot. Money in the Bank briefcase.
There you go.
Irrelevant, because it's just like he's held it, he's cashed in, and then the very next time he defends it, he loses.
Against Seth. He just throws it back to Seth. So, on paper, it's literally gone, Seth beats Brock at WrestleMania, he fucks around with Baron Corbin all spring and summer, just for Brock to cash in Money in the Bank, win it back, and then lose it against Seth at the following pay-per-view. In that, reading that, if you had that script in front of you, you'd be like, well, what's the point?
And you could have spent that time putting Seth against someone else Samoa Joe or some shit like that.
The one awesome thing about Seth, I know this is like a new Universal title reign for Seth now, but the last one,
first 2 times, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh no,
Brock is,
yeah.
So I think is Brock a 3-time now, or is it 2-time? I can't remember. Fuck it. No, it's 3-time because Roman had to give it up.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, that was it. The only really decent match and feud, maybe not feud, but match that Seth had with his first Universal title run was against AJ. He had that amazing match.
It was good.
And then everything in between was just kind of like, you'll fuck around with Baron until Brock decides to come back.
It's basically just like paper matches until this happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Seth has got the belt.
I am, as long as they do it right with Heyman in charge now. I hope they do it right. No more like Baron Corbin feuds. Put him against someone legitimate that I think maybe could take the title off him, and you could build a genuine feud around. I don't know who it's going to be. My money is on maybe eventually it being Bray.
Yeah.
I don't know I think maybe you need to build Bray up a little bit at the moment with other people and have him dominate and build his character up. But I think if you just keep doing that and then he sets his sights on Seth.
Yeah. The thing is, all they could have easily made a lot more different decisions. They could have. Well, first of all, let's just say they could have gave the money in the bank briefcase to somebody else. We'll just say that now. Yeah. That's over. That's something that's on the side there. If you really wanted Brock to have another match with Seth at SummerSlam, because yes, SummerSlam is like the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, you could have done what you did at Extreme Rules, like exactly the same with Becky and all that. Have Lesnar still come out without the case and just attack Seth to kick the shit out of him, maybe even get in Becky's face. That would really piss Seth off. Yeah. And then Seth go, Heyman's promo could all be like pretty much the whole "you got lucky" at WrestleMania. And as a man, you don't have the balls and what it takes to take on Brock one-on-one when he's 100% focused and not taking you, underestimating you. And then Seth's response could be like, not only can I, but I'm that pissed off that you got in my girlfriend's face. We're on. You could have easily just done the same match, but you didn't have to have Brock as champion. You could have Seth as champion and still done the exact same story with the ribs and everything, so everyone's thinking Brock's going to win the belt back at SummerSlam. But then he doesn't. Unless, again, this was the only title change of the weekend.
It was, yeah. No one changed. Like NXT, no 24/7 title changes. No one lost their belt except for Brock.
So maybe they just thought, again, if this was that plan all along of like, we'll give Brock the belt so we have a brand new champion at SummerSlam, which will once again be Seth. It's like, well, how about you have another belt change hands instead? Because
it could have been Ember, I reckon.
It could have been Ember. It could have been Orton. It could have created a different story with that instead of Kofi's angry because he looked at his kid. Let's just summarise it now because it's a hard one for me to summarise.
Yeah, because there was some real good things in it. The AJ Ricochet was great. Everything with the Fiend was absolutely incredible. The main event was great. I can't deny that was really, really good. But everything else was kind of either it was good or it was bad. It wasn't amazing. So I can't. A lot of people are reviewing it at the moment, and a lot of people are giving this pay-per-view a lot of high praise. And it's one of the few times I'm disagreeing with them.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Know what I mean? There are some great things in it, and that's going to bump up the points for me. But it's not enough to give it a really high rating.
I would have gone with a 7, but I'm going to go with a 6.
That 6 was what I was.
And I'm going to say why. Because there's too much. As good as the positives were, like I say, the positive of Bray is a massive positive, and all that kind of stuff. But all the matches were kind of basic and mediocre. None of them. You had all these people backstage, which could have had returns or debuts or interferences to build up storylines, and you didn't. And even in the matches that didn't need interference and stuff, nothing happened in those matches that furthered along the story. Or
everything just goes on as normal. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm happy that Seth is champ, because at least that doesn't go on as normal. It's new now, and he can get on with some new, fresh feuds. Yeah. I hope
it was a pay-per-view where it didn't develop anything apart
from the Fiend.
Yeah, because it was a character development.
Yeah,
storyline-wise, it didn't really develop jack shit. If it was, I'm still not 100% sure if it was TV-14. But if it was TV-14, they did not capitalise on having that rating, which fucked it. Well, I guess it fucked a lot of people off, including especially me. And it just did not feel like a SummerSlam. It felt like just another pay-per-view.
Yeah, it did.
And a basic pay-per-view at best.
Fiend in main event aside, yeah,
it was just like you could have had any of those. Some of those matches, they would have been pay-per-view worthy. Trish and Charlotte, of course, you're not going to have that on SmackDown. It's a pay-per-view worthy match.
Yeah.
But a lot of those matches, like this is a Raw main event or SmackDown main event, and some of them maybe not even main event. I think they relied too heavily on the talent part of the card. That is like, oh, we'll just rely on what they do in the ring more than the story.
Yeah.
Because why don't you just do both instead?
And you can actually have a perfect storm if you do it right.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where, usually we put up on the podcast before we go to Walkabout Birmingham to watch it. Mm-hmm. Get a hotel and all that. Now, maybe, I don't know, there might have been a great atmosphere at the club, I don't know. But I'm glad we didn't go. Yeah. And not because we don't like Walkabout, we love going there, but I just would have sat there going, I think we wasted our money with this. As far as a SummerSlam go, as the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, it did not deliver as a SummerSlam.
Yeah, it could have been better.
So
there's some good, great moments in it, and there's some things that I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it. But overall, it was just kind of...
It was another pay-per-view.
Meh. It's just meh.
It wasn't a big pay-per-view, it was just another one.
Yeah, which is why we're both giving it a 6.
Yeah, so... Unfortunate, but... I know I've just said it didn't develop storylines and whatnot, but I am kind of intrigued where things will go, especially like I say with Bray and certain championship pictures. And I don't know why, but I just have a feeling they're going to really pull something out of the bag for Raw and SmackDown.
I hope so.
I think they're going to try and make the Raw and SmackDowns after SummerSlam similar to the Raw and SmackDowns after Mania. Yeah. Like, big shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, that's SummerSlam done. Like, subscribe. Obviously, we're on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Apple Music as well.
I won't be here for the next one.
Oh, is it Hell in a Cell next?
No, it's Clash of Champions next, but I'm in Greece.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, yes, right. So the plan is, with Josh not being here for the next one, is that our friend Matt is going to be helping me out doing it because he's a massive wrestling fan. He's one of the guys as part of our prediction league. He goes to most of the pay-per-views that we go to. He's invested as much as we are, so he's going to stand in for Josh.
Saying that, actually, this is literally a conversation we're having, an unplanned conversation. Are we going to do a podcast for All Out?
Maybe.
We did it for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, we might do a podcast for All Out.
So we might be back earlier.
Yeah. So look out for All Out because we may end up doing it. Cause we did it. Yeah. We did it for the other ones.
Yeah, so. I enjoyed Double or Nothing. Yeah. All Out's the next big pay-per-view since that.
Yeah. So okay, we may be back for that. If not, it'll be Clash of Champions.
Yeah, which is, I think... All Out's in like 2 weeks, I think.
And Clash Champions about 4 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
So we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Right, so see you soon.
Bye.